We live.
And we live, bitch. We live, y'all. What is good, everybody? It is your girl, Nia, the video gamer, and this is episode 65 of Team Red Talks Nintendo. And we got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about tonight, because I know that you guys saw our Nintendo Direct live stream last week, but we didn't have an opportunity to really go in depth because Alex had to get back to work. And we were all still kind of just awestruck after what we had just seen.
kind of
thrown
for a loop.
Yeah, like I know I can't speak for anyone else, but I couldn't put my thoughts together. Like it was just too much going on in my brain.
Too much going on.
Yeah, so we've had about a week for it to settle in and everything that was shown. So we're definitely gonna be able to talk about it more in depth tonight. But before we go ahead and dip into these topics, I would like to introduce my panel. So first, we're going to go ahead and introduce Coupon. Coupon, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let people know what you've been gaming on and all that good stuff.
These yummy cookies I just made, because, you know.
Why you gotta eat cookies in front of us?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I made them.
You're almost as rude as a guy who starts a podcast at the same time as us.
Oh, well, see, I'm not as rude as a guy who starts a podcast, but I'm probably as rude as a chick who goes into his chat and tells him, hey, Team Red Talks is live.
Oh, dang. Like that? Well, if you're eating cookies, I'm gonna have some corn chips that I have left over.
And I'm done, and I leave.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. What? Anyway, so I am Coupon Strives. I am the struggle gamer. And I'm struggling right now. We both struggling. We all struggling right now. Because I haven't really been playing any video games because, you know, I gotta get my life together. I got some real life issues that
Heresy! Games come first.
You gotta put them down sometimes when adulting is mandatory, and I hate it. But hey, so some real life issues came through, so I decided to go ahead and handle those. So hopefully things will get back on track, and then I can get back to my gaming. But for the most part, as far as what I have gamed on, for the most part, just your usual Overwatch and just the usual stuff I game on when I have the time to just sit back and game for like 5 or 6 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Nothing big. I haven't been able to still pass this damn fucking Colossi. I don't know what's taking me so damn long.
Oh damn, you're still playing Shadow Colossus? Which one are you on, number 15?
No, what's the guy that's in the arena that climbs on the walls?
Oh, him!
Yeah, I'm still early in the game. Like, it's kind of halfway because I already passed.
You gotta shoot his feet while he's climbing.
Well, I know that. I know how to fight all of them. I've already passed the game before when it was first released. So that's kind of why I'm just like, I don't really need to finish it. I already know what happens. I've played the game and defeated all the Colossi. But I want to play it again for, nostalgia reasons. Anyway, but, so, yeah, right now, I'm kind of debating if I want to wait. I'm still trying to hold off and wait to get Monster Hunter for PC, but I'm probably gonna double dip. I might double dip because I want to get it on PlayStation because I just want to play right now. Like I've really been feeling for some Monster Hunter-esque type game.
Yeah,
but then at the same time, I want to play it on PC because I want it to run at its most optimal.
I'm gonna be honest, that's probably where I'm gonna play it the most. Like I have it on PlayStation 4 and I'm not playing it as much as I thought that I would be.
So you're gonna be
I thought you were gonna be like going hard body on it, but you barely even talked about it.
Well, to be fair, I had the plague for like 2 weeks and I fell off, but I never went back. I don't know why, I just never did.
I mean, if you're gonna come back over to PC, then I guess I can wait.
They're adding Dante, that's really cool.
Yeah,
that is pretty cool.
I wanna get freaking Alloy.
Devil May Cry 5. I'm calling it.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna see Devil May Cry 5.
For sure. All right, Alex.
But yeah,
go
nothing
ahead
too
and
much.
let people know. My bad. Are you
I'm good.
Finished? All right.
Yeah, I was good.
Go ahead and let people know who you are, what you've been gaming on, and all that stuff.
Alright, what's going on, everyone? ActiveSyn here. We're back for episode 65 of Team Red Talks Nintendo. We're going to recap the Direct for you people. That was a great Direct, and we're going to go through all the really good stuff. Some cool other topics to talk about today. And, yeah, just enjoy the show. And as far as what I've been playing, I started Serial Cleaner. I think I'm...
That's the game right there.
Maybe halfway through. I'm not sure how long that game is, but I played a few hours. That game's pretty fun. And I started Guns, Gore, and Cannoli on the Switch, which I had no idea was on the Switch until they announced Guns, Gore, Cannoli 2 was coming to the Switch. So I was like, oh, I guess the first one's here. So that's a pretty fun game too. And Shantae, I'm looking forward to playing that soon as well.
Oh, my bad. My boyfriend was cleaning his computer behind me. I was like, what is that noise? All I heard was air. My bad. All right, well, as far as what I've been gaming on, I know I told y'all last week I haven't really been having a chance to game on much, but it's my spring break this week, so I haven't had a chance to
it is spring break.
Games. Shout outs to Yoshi hat, by the way, Alex. That Yoshi hat is fire. I know.
That. I just wish we saw Yoshi at the direct.
Yes, and we would definitely be talking about
my boy Yoshi was kind of missing from the show.
Yeah, man, Yoshi was not in the building, so you know what I'm saying. I feel some type of way about that as well. But as far as what I've been gaming, man, that direct actually had me hopping on Splatoon again, which is crazy. Because I haven't played that game in a hot minute, but like I played some Splatoon.
I know, we play so infrequently that I sold the game.
I know, I'm sorry, but you're probably gonna pick it up at some point again anyway. You know how
when it's hot again.
You know how Alex do. He'll give it a game.
It's when it's hot again. Like Alex likes to move around his games. He don't like to hold on to them too long. Nothing wrong with that. He do it smartly at least.
Yeah, the thing
he gets deals.
Yeah, the thing with Alex that I wish I was more like him about is like he doesn't get attached to games. Like he'll just give.
I don't care. Once I'm done with it, I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, like once he's done, he's done. He's like I'll hold on to it for dear life. Like oh my goodness.
That's me. I'm just a collector at heart. Like I like to collect shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of steering away from the collecting.
I'm in the middle. Like I'm probably in the middle.
Yeah, like I used to be like real hard about it. Like I have to have the physical copy. I have to have it. But like the older I get and like my money situation been kind of like
it's a waste of money.
Like, my money situation has caused me to kind of like dabble
games
back
that I
and
know
forth
I'm gonna
between
keep.
not collecting and trading, and like I've never traded a game in ever until this generation. Like
till the Xbox.
Yeah, I traded in things this generation. Never did it before. But I've also been playing Black Desert Online, which is an MMO on the PC. But that's pretty much.
I think that's launching on Xbox today. I think.
Today?
I think so.
Black Desert. I didn't know that was coming out today.
I thought it was.
Well, I hope that the people who play it on Xbox enjoy it. I like it quite a bit. But anyways, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and delve into these topics. So the first topic of tonight is actually kind of sad news. So as you guys know, Toys R Us has been having a lot of financial troubles for a little bit of a time, and they confirmed that they will be closing down a lot of stores in the US. And there's going to be some stores closing down in the UK as well. And I'm going to read a little bit of an excerpt from My Nintendo News, and it says, "It seems that the writing is on the wall for Toys R Us. With consumer demand changing, it now seems likely that the retailer will close all of its stores in the United States. The Wall Street Journal reports that the company has already told its workers that it's likely it will close all of their stores in the United States. This will come as a huge blow to many." And then this is a quote from Toys R Us representatives. "Toys R Us, Inc. told employees Wednesday the struggling big box retailer will sell or close all of its U.S. stores, a collapse that threatens up to 33,000 American jobs in the coming months. The 70-year-old chain will file
That's terrible.
will file for bankruptcy protection in September, and it has more than 700 remaining U.S. locations, including Babies R Us stores." So that's kind of sad to hear, to be honest, because
I grew up with this.
Yeah, like we grew up with this brand.
Like this was where you go when
I used to work for them.
Yeah, it's really sad, but I know this is gonna sound real selfish, but the good thing that comes out of this is there's gonna be a lot of sales.
A lot of deep discounts coming up soon.
A lot of deep discounts on games and collectibles, so that's kind of exciting, even though I'm kind of sad that they're in such a financial
get to your local Toys R Us.
Yeah, so head to your local Toys R Us and see what you can grab for cheap. That's
My thing is just like Toys R Us, like for us, our generation, it's like that was our
that was like
store.
The mecca of
Yeah, that was like on the weekend when you get dropped off at Toys R Us while your parents go shopping in the mall. That was like the best day ever.
That was like the best day of your life because you play with all the toys and you just roam you just do all sorts of stuff there. Yeah. But like with how with how kids are today, they all got their faces and computers and electronics.
Yeah, it's very different market now. But like kids still want toys. Obviously, they don't just want iPads and shit. But like they just don't go to Toys R Us. It's like places like Walmart exist, places like Amazon, Target. There's just too much competition. Like I used to work there, so I know how slow they do things, how slow they react to things. They don't do things quick enough, and now they're paying the price for it. They've been mismanaged for years and years and years.
Yeah, man.
It's not like it's just because of iPads, like some review text will make you believe, but like. They've been mismanaged for a long time, and it's finally caught up.
What GameStop is doing right now.
It's a lot like at least with GameStop, they're trying to revamp how they do things. Like Toys R Us never really did.
They never even tried.
Yeah, they didn't even try. Yeah. And it sucks because I like that job. It was my first job. I think for a first job, it was a lot of fun. I had a good time there, but like it's unfortunate. That's a lot of people going to lose their job.
Toys R Us, He said iPads are killing Toys R Us. No, it's not. Toys R Us. Toys R Us killed Toys R Us.
One thing that really kind of has me, I guess, the most curious about is that I feel like Toys R Us was like a really big deal for like Nintendo stuff, especially because Nintendo still makes toys. And I was wondering how Labo would affect the Toys R Us brand because I feel like Labo is probably going to be bigger than people think. But I guess at the same time, it would probably be the same thing as other toys. You can find Labo at Walmart and Target and any other place and GameStop. So
you know what Toys R Us can do?
Bypass Toys R Us. So, I mean, I guess.
You don't have to go to Toys R Us to get Labo.
Toys R Us, what they could do right now is they need to get in collaboration with Nintendo on all the and be like an amiibo kind of toys and their Labos and all their like Nintendo kind of like Toys of America type deal. Like they could totally do something not so exclusive, but like a lot more toward like having a lot of their stuff. A lot of Nintendo stuff.
Make like a small retailer with just their stuff.
Yeah, have like Toys R Us, collaborate with them as a smaller retail for like a branch off of
No, that would be cool.
Nintendo
if Nintendo were smart, they would take this opportunity to pair up with Toys R Us and kind of make it a part of their Nintendo World chain.
Yeah, because that would be very useful because
Nintendo doesn't have enough retail locations.
Yeah, they don't, and
their retail presence is very small.
They already have the buildings there.
Yeah, the buildings are already there.
The buildings are already there. Put some Nintendo
just
clothing
revamp a couple of the buildings.
Yeah, they could make like miniature Nintendo World stores.
Yeah,
like shut down a good portion of them, obviously, because you don't.
Yeah. You only probably need one per city or something.
Yeah, but definitely have a few in like really choice locations. Revamp them. Close down the Toys R Us. Revamp them. Maybe rename it to something else. Nintendo.
I could just call them Nintendo World stores. Like,
call
they already have that.
World stores, Nintendo whatever, World. And then call it a day.
Yeah.
Call it Nintendo World, and then
that could be really cool.
Go in and buy your Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, man.
All your paraphernalia. I would do it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just sad news, man. Because like we mentioned before, we grew up at Toys R Us with the commercials, Toys R Us kid, and all this and that. Dang, like I can't believe. Well, I can believe it because of the nature of what interests kids these days. But kids still like toys. But like,
not only that, it's just like what they sell is so limited because they only sell toys, right? So and baby
they
stuff,
don't really branch out to other.
They're not like a Walmart, which can highly discount things and make it up in the grocery section, for example.
Exactly.
Right.
They don't have that. So it is what it is.
So I wonder when Toys R Us eventually closes all of these stores down, if that means Walmart and Target and things like that are going to up their toy selections then, because
I don't think they would even need to.
They don't really need to because nobody's, like I said, I honestly don't believe people are buying toys on the level that where Toys R Us is needed how it used to be. Like back in our day, toys were the thing. Now there's kids who still play toys, but not on the level that we used to, where we would be like, oh, I want that. No, they want electronics mostly. Toys R Us would thrive if they had kept up with more of the electronic side of their, toy section, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
The electronic toys, electronic equipment, Wii.
I think they bought
like
too many toys that people just don't care about. Like,
yeah, and then
if they had just focused on what's more
more popular,
more popular, exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of streamline it, but
they just have too many toys that nobody really cares about.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just
that's true.
Entirely, because you go into a Toys R Us today, you'll look in there and you'll be like, "What is all this crap?" Like there's stuff you never heard of or never even seen in a commercial.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. So, for those of you guys who are not aware, Sega announced that they are going to be bringing their Sega Genesis Classics to the PS4, the Xbox One, and they're going to be updating the Steam version, which is already on Steam, of course. So I'm gonna be showing you their Facebook page. So these are a couple of the things that are gonna be in the collection. So you're gonna be able to have things like Alex Kidd, Altered Beast, Golden Axe, Fantasy Star 2, Shining Force, Sonic, of course, Streets of Rage, Vector Man, all of these different ones. There's like a lot of them. I think they said it was like 50 or something like that, like 50 in the collection.
Yeah, it's 50 games.
Yeah, about 50 games in the collection. So I mean, I already knew that this was a thing because they talked about it some time ago. I haven't had a chance to dip into this collection just yet, but I feel like if there was a Switch version, I would probably be more likely to jump because what's better than classic games on the go, in my opinion?
Right.
Which brings me to my point. So somebody asked Sega on their Facebook page if they plan on bringing these to the Nintendo Switch, and then they gave us the typical PR answer, and it says as follows: "We are focused on the launch of Sega Genesis Classics on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and the update to the PC version." So it's kind of a non-answer.
Yeah, non-answer.
So are you guys hurt about this in any way?
Well, you guys know I think Sega's a third world country of companies, but their games are mediocre, so I don't really care. But like, it makes more sense to have it on the Switch than the other consoles because they already have so many more games that this will get lost in the shuffle over there. I think it will come to the Switch at some point because they said they're focused on the launch of the other versions, which they didn't outright say it's not coming to Switch. So it's gonna come at some point.
No, confirm nor deny.
Yeah, because if they weren't going to bring it, they would just flat out say they're not bringing it. But they specifically said we're focused on the launch of the other versions. So it is what it is. Like the Switch will probably get it a couple months after.
Yeah, I think I'll just hold out because it looks kind of obvious that you're gonna.
This kind of shit makes more sense on the Switch than it would on a PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox, PlayStation guys, they're not really. They got other games that they're playing. They're not really retro type of players. Not saying that a lot of them are, but just for the most part, people who are playing on those two systems aren't thinking retro type games for the most part. So yeah, this will get lost in the dust.
I feel like you guys too. I think that it is coming to Switch, and like I know there's a couple of people who are kind of freaking out, like, oh my god, no Switch version, oh my god, it's gonna like Sega and Nintendo are too tight for them to not bring this.
Yeah, they're just doing it. They're just trying to make sure that everybody knows.
Like Sonic hangs with Mario at the Olympics, like they're not gonna, like they basically own Sega.
Even though he got a fat plumber that outspeeds him and somehow.
That's hilarious.
Mario can do anything.
So I guess this question is more for Coupon, since Coupon and I both were Sega kids. Well, I was a Sega and a Nintendo kid.
Well, that's just what my dad
half-breed.
Whatever.
I grew up with Sega, so Coupon as a Sega kid, how excited are you to play these games again?
I mean, it's whatever. I can't really sit here and pretend like I'm like excited. It's like, it's great. It's nice that they're doing it. But I would just like to have a Streets of Rage that's in this day and age type of format. I don't care about the old Streets of Rage. Like, I'll probably play it if it comes to the Switch, obviously. But I just want, if I have to have something that's retro like these, I would rather just have Vector Man, Streets of Rage, and stuff like that actually come to the modern world and be revamped from the ground up with an actual story and all that.
Sega ain't got money for that.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Sega ain't gonna do it. So I mean, I already know that's not gonna happen. So I have no delusions that those types of games will never come to fruition.
Speaking
So,
of Streets of
yeah.
Rage, have you seen that indie game Raging Justice?
I saw it.
on
Yep.
Switch?
Which one?
It's called Raging Justice. It's like a
Let me check it out.
beat 'em up, just like Streets of Rage. I'm actually
Kinda
looking
similar.
for that.
Justice.
I'm looking for that. Well, as a person who grew up on Sega, if this comes to Switch, I'll get it. I'm not over the moon about it like Coupon.
You think it's a real Nintendo fanboy? You better calm down.
Oh, this is made by the guys that made Freedom Planet.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good. I'm even more excited now.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, that works.
I'm along the same lines as Coupon. Like, I'm not over the moon about the Sega collection, but I would 100% get this on the Switch. Like, being able to play these games on the go and wherever. Like, you know, like, I am like a super fangirl for Streets of Rage. Like, I have Streets of Rage like on the freaking PS3 through like the classic joint. I have Streets of Rage on the 3DS when they brought that to Virtual Console. So where Streets of Rage is at, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, this game looks pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, Raging Justice looks like it looks like
some of the animations don't look that nice.
Yeah,
but
like it looks stiff.
Like
some of the animation.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I took from it. Like the animations are.
It's mostly an homage.
It looks very clunky, but maybe that's on purpose.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I hope it doesn't play clunky.
This is not what my vision is as far as like if they brought back Streets of Rage. I wouldn't
Looks
want it
good though.
That looks nice, but I wouldn't want it to be that. I actually
if they
want
brought back
actual...
Streets of Rage, what would you prefer to look like and play like? Would you want it to stay like 8-bit or 16-bit or like,
No, hell no. I want hand drawn.
I want it to be more hand drawn.
So lit, yes.
I kind of want some. I would want something more like kind of like similar to how Zelda played, where you could do just about anything type of deal, but still have the beauty. Actually, freaking put it like this:
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta. I want a Bayonetta type of Streets of Rage, where
So
I mean it's a beat 'em
like
up.
Beat 'em up.
Like it's pretty much a beat 'em up. Like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry are beat 'em ups, pretty much.
But they're
just action.
They're action adventure games.
I don't care. You can still do it with Streets of Rage.
So
they can
you
do
want a 3D?
They can figure it out.
Beat 'em up. You know what that game was, right? It was Anarchy Reigns on the PS3.
That wasn't too hot.
That game, and I actually bought that game, so I can tell you without a doubt that game was garbage.
They didn't do it right. They didn't do it.
It's true.
They didn't do it right.
It's all in how they treat it, but
they didn't do it right.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on from this topic. So, guys, don't lose hope. I'm pretty sure this is coming to the Switch.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is to those of you guys who do not have a Nintendo Switch just yet, I want to let you guys know that Nintendo is going to be selling refurbished Nintendo Switch consoles for $275. So if you are on a budget and you need a budget Switch, go over to the official Nintendo store.
That's only $25 less.
I mean,
right.
But still.
I mean, if you say $25, you can get a game with it. With the other $25.
You know how some people are. They want to save every little penny they can when they're broke.
Right.
But
so
for $25, you get a brand new one.
If this is the next I mean,
it's refurbished.
Like some people might have, $260. They need $15 more to get a Switch.
Then they should save more because you won't have a game. I don't know. I think they're being really cheap with this. They're only saving $25. You should save at least $50.
Yeah.
My thing is, it's a refurbished game system that's generally a hot topic right now. Saving $25. Please stop. That's just the way I look at it.
I don't know. I don't think $25 is gonna make it or break it for a Switch buy.
Like $250, maybe $225.
$50 seems like a decent chunk of change to save.
Yeah, like you could take that $50 and get you an actual game. With it.
$25, you get a brand new one. I'd rather just get a new one.
Yeah,
but maybe
that's just how I am. I was like, I'm just gonna get the brand new one.
Because you remember with the Wii U, the refurbished one was $200. The new one was $300.
That's true.
Right.
So that's how I'm looking at it. Because they give you a $100 discount, but on this one it's $25. So to me, it's like, man, they're being real cheap with this.
Like, and if you're buying it for $275 because you have some hatred toward Nintendo, you're not saving much money. They just gypped you.
You're still giving them money because you're still buying it.
Yeah, you're still giving them money, but you.
Well, yeah, if you're buying it directly from them, it makes no difference.
Yeah. I'm just putting news out there for people like
that.
Hey,
actually, they might make even more from this because you're buying directly from their store.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably why their price is only a couple of dollars cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, this is
And also, keep in mind, people, if you do buy a refurbished product directly from Nintendo, you still do get a full year's warranty.
Yeah, that's true. I've done it before. I've bought refurbished products from them. So if you guys want to get a Switch for a little bit cheaper, they're starting to sell refurbished Switches now. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic. So for those of you guys who really enjoyed Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, Nintendo Switch, and in my opinion, this is the best Shantae game. In my opinion.
Yep.
I think so.
I've never played the original one on a Game Boy Color, but I've played Risky's Revenge, Pirate's Curse, and I've played
Half Genie Hero.
And I feel like this one is hands down, in my opinion.
I wish we could get this game with Half Genie Hero visuals.
Yeah, that would be pretty dope.
I'd be so happy.
So great. I hope they do that at some point, maybe.
Yeah. So this is what the little blurb says here for those of you guys who are interested. The Australian Nintendo eShop has revealed that Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is coming to the Nintendo Switch. The game is set to be released on March the 20th, and its download size is 478 megabytes. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is also compatible with the Switch Pro controller, so it's already on the Australian eShop, so you can best believe.
Yeah, you can preload it.
Yeah, it's probably going to be coming here around the same time. At some point, I think, did it already pop up on the eShop? I think
it's already there.
I think I saw it on the eShop yesterday, so you guys.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you can pre-order it already.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to our next topic. So, Kirby Star Allies has reviews already. You guys know that game comes out really soon, like next week or something like that.
This Friday.
This Sunday, and so far...
Friday.
This Friday. So far, the Metacritic scores have been kind of in the middle. It's currently sitting at a 74 Metacritic. And there's a couple of kind of bad scores in here. Like, this website...
Some dude gave it a 4!
Gave it a 40, like...
Yeah.
Metro Game Central is a crap freaking game place anyway, so I don't take their word.
And there's another one that gave it a 4.5. God is a geek.
45. So yeah, 2 people gave it. I mean, if they feel like it was a 40, that's their.
That's their prerogative.
I think 4 is like absurd because 4 generally means like a game is broken.
Unplayable or broken.
Yeah.
Well, like, it looks lovely.
We all played the demo. That game looks good. It plays well. It's just easy. That's all.
Okay, so here's the thing for the God is Geek review that they gave. They're saying that while it looks lovely and isn't a bad game by any means, Star Allies is aimed at a specific age group, and most others will find it far too easy and sadly rather dull. So you gave it a 45 for that?
Because they made it. They made it to target a group, and they did it correctly.
Like what? And then the other comment
that's crazy.
And then the other comment is Kirby's games never seem fair on the enemies, but this tiresome and poorly balanced co-op platformer offers little chance of fun for them or you.
Damn. He's saying that is too easy.
Okay, well, go find an easier or a harder game to play, but that's no reason to...
Just wait a couple of weeks for Dark Souls.
Right. Oh, Dark Souls is too hard. Give it a 4.
Is this the Dark Souls of Kirby games, guys?
Oh no! I'm not gonna knock people for how they feel about stuff.
Hey, that's how you feel. That's great.
That's how they feel. But
yeah, they're mostly in the 8s and 7s for the most part. So it seems like a good game. It's just like the general consensus among the reviewers is it's just too easy.
Yeah.
Which has always been the case for Kirby games, though.
Yeah, Kirby is usually pretty on the easy side as far as Nintendo platformers are concerned.
Yeah, it's probably the easiest in series of Nintendo platformers.
So if you guys have played the Kirby demo and you think that it's really easy, which it is, wait for Donkey Kong. That's all I can tell you.
Don't use Funky Kong.
And don't use Funky Kong. If you want a
what's really funny though?
Platformer, get Donkey Kong.
But you remember when Donkey Kong came out and these reviewers giving it low scores because they said it was too hard?
I remember that.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking because I'm looking at the scores and they're talking about how easy it is. And I'm like, so remember when Cuphead came out and people were screaming and hollering about how gamers are exclusive and they don't want to include people because games shouldn't be hard and stuff. You got an easy game right here, and now you're giving it freaking low scores for it being easy. Like, make up your damn minds. That's why I don't take this shit. That's why I take this shit with a grain of salt. These people are laughable at best. Yeah. They're laughable.
But we have to be honest though. Even though Kirby
it is easy. I'm not saying it isn't.
Game, we can admit, I think we've all said it before, that the Kirby deserves a more ambitious title.
He needs more.
Yeah, like
we're not denying that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is just another Kirby game. Looks like just one of the 3DS ones to me. Like, I was hoping Kirby would get a more ambitious game.
Yeah, I was looking for one too.
We deserved on the Switch. We deserved Planet Robobot on Switch. But
but it is what it is. Like, it's obviously not a bad game. It might not be the best Kirby game, but I'm hard pressed to believe this game is a 4. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a 4, but it's definitely better than that Rainbow Curse.
That's pretty much my stance. Like, I've been waiting for a real console Kirby, and this is it, so I'm here for it.
Like, it has 4-player co-op, so that's something like you and your boyfriend could play. That's something like me and my girl could play, right? Like, that could be a fun game.
And then Baby Struggles could unplug coupons.
Yeah, exactly. You can give Baby Struggles one of the Joy-Cons, and she can help power up your sword or some shit.
Nah, she's gonna turn the whole thing down. She'll shut it the hell down.
Baby Struggles is gonna see. It's gonna look so cute.
I'm still mad about that. I am still mad about that. She turned that thing down. I'm like, no, I can't see.
Baby Struggles.
Alright, so to conclude this current topic, Kirby Star Allies is currently sitting at a 74, which is not a bad score, but
it is definitely not one of the greatest ones, though.
Definitely not.
No. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on. So the ARMS director hopes to continue the franchise one day. There's a little blurb here that says that ARM has sold over 1 million copies on the Switch. That's pretty great.
Which is good.
Debut, for a new IP. Does this mean that we should expect a sequel somewhere down the road? That's what Famitsu asked ARMS director Kosuke Yabuki, and as you can probably guess, he wouldn't confirm/deny a sequel. He did say that one day he hopes to continue the series. Well, at least for now, we know the desire is there. So do you guys think that Nintendo is gonna give Yabuki an opportunity to make a sequel to ARMS?
The thing is, with him, he is the main lead on the Mario Kart team as well.
Yeah.
So I want him working on Mario Kart, not this.
Yeah. What do you think?
We'll probably see ARMS. We'll probably see Twin Tails.
You'll get ARMS 2 eventually, but it will be well after the next Mario Kart.
Yeah. Unless he could do both, could he possibly? Is that possible? I wonder if he could.
Maybe, because like those Mario Kart games take like 5 years.
I would rather he not switch his, have his attention split between 2 different games.
Because he only started making ARMS after Mario Kart was done.
Yeah,
that's true. So do you guys think that they're currently working on a new Mario Kart?
Probably.
Probably at this point.
Probably. We probably won't see it until 2020 or something.
Yeah.
So let me.
Because it doesn't look like we're getting Mario Kart DLC, and they're done with ARMS DLC. So
I think they're probably done with ARMS DLC because they're probably working on the next Mario Kart. To be honest.
Unless it's more Mario Kart DLC.
Like it's not like it's just a random developer who they gave it.
So do you want a new Mario Kart, or would you rather just get DLC?
I'd be perfectly fine with DLC.
I would be happy as a kitten with DLC.
I just don't want to have to buy another Mario Kart if they're just gonna do this. If they're just gonna kind of for the most part recycle what they already got and then just add more. Just give us DLC if that's the case. I mean, it save more money and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. But if anything, that ain't coming until sometime in 2020 or 2021.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One thing about ARMS though is like I think they probably would give him an opportunity to make another ARMS because it did sell well. The only thing was that the community dropped off after some time, so that's
because of Splatoon though.
I mean, but at the same time, Pokken Tournament still has a following.
That's because it's Pokemon, though. That's like a well-known IP.
That's true, and ARMS is completely new, so I guess I have to give it some of that. But at the same time, I feel like it's. I don't think it's up in the air because obviously the potential is there because it did sell well.
I just don't think the game seems to have that much staying power.
Yeah.
ARMS don't got legs.
ARMS don't got legs.
Oh my god, he did not.
I feel like if they did give him an opportunity to make an ARMS 2, there's a lot of things I would want them to change. Like
and they need to add a story mode. Like that's ridiculous not having one.
Like that's like if they had more single player stuff, I would probably still play it. Like, I have no interest in going against people online. Like, I have no interest in that, really. Like, even with, like, Smash Brothers, anytime I play Smash Brothers, I'm playing the story mode, I'm playing Smash the Targets, I'm playing Subspace Emissary, I'm doing the challenge modes and stuff.
Oh, man, Subspace Emissary was so fun.
Like, I know, it was so good. And I think that with ARMS, like, the staying power is not there because the gameplay, also what you said, Alice, but also because the gameplay doesn't really allow for it. Like there's only so far you can go. Because
a lot of all the characters basically have the same moves.
Thank you, and that's exactly what I was gonna go with that. Like I feel like with ARMS 2, they have to have all the single player stuff like you just mentioned, but they also have to find a way to differentiate the characters and the movesets outside of just the character designs because
like you're basically using the same moveset for every character. You're just like picking what character you think looks cool.
The only thing that's a little different is like, for example, Min can jump a little higher.
There's small differences. Like some can take more damage, some can move faster, things like that. But there's not a huge variation.
But it's not like Smash Brothers or any other fighter where play style. And like one of the things that people really love about Smash Brothers, for example, also Smash in a sub movement set that defines them as a character. Like for example, like there's no character in Smash Brothers that has the same final smash. But in ARMS, your super is the same as everybody else's super.
Yeah, you just punch really fast.
Yeah, like they gotta differentiate these characters a little bit more. They gotta give them a little bit more oomph.
I think that would make people more excited for longer.
Yeah, if they each had their own super ability or something.
And I think people do feel that they felt some kind of way about ARMS. It sold something, and I think it's because visually it looks great. Art-wise, it looks great. The character.
Oh yeah, it's a gorgeous game.
Every character has their own flavor and their own personality. It's just that they
except in the moveset.
Thank you. It's just the moveset that's the problem. And hopefully, if he does have an opportunity to do ARMS 2, then that's something that he really.
I get why they did it because they want this to be like the Mario Kart of fighters. They want it so everyone can get involved, everyone can have fun, which is true. Like I don't like fighting games, but like I was able to jump into this and I was destroying people during those test punches. It's like I don't even play fighting games and I'm killing these dudes.
Right.
But it's like that's probably where they made that decision. Like okay, everyone has to have the same moveset.
Right. Exactly.
It is what it is. It's the target audience they're trying to reach.
Right, and hopefully they make it a little bit more technical for people who are actually about their fighting life, because if everybody has the moveset, that really takes some of the technicality away, and that's probably, because you know, like, even when the casuals move away from a certain game, like a fighting game, they still
there's usually a core.
There you go, they still have a core, but when everybody has the same moveset, like, the casuals get bored, and then the core move on because there's not enough technicality to kind of there to stay. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. So, oh, this was not supposed to be here. So, the next topic was supposed to be about,
I have Famitsu Japanese Switch owners.
That's what it was supposed to be, and I don't know why this is not here.
Oh, yours was out of whack.
Yeah, let me find it real quick. Sorry, guys.
I
went live.
I don't think I have that one that you're looking at.
I have it now.
Okay.
Alright, so the next topic is about Famitsu. They did a survey for all of the Japanese, well, not all of Japanese videos, but they
went door to door and got all of them.
They surveyed some Japanese Switch owners about their desire to try out the paid online service. So it says here that Famitsu polled its readers to find out if they're planning to use the Nintendo Switch online service, which opens its doors in September of this year. Interestingly, 54.7% of Japanese Nintendo Switch owners have said that they plan to pay the small fees to pay online, while 36 of those polled remained undecided. So I thought that was very interesting. A very interesting bit of what am I trying to say? Data, because I don't know, man. Y'all already know I feel some type of way about this online thing.
I just need to know what the hell it is. I'm still stuck in the dark. Like,
why don't they even tell you the sample size?
I can't understand how people are so willing to put money down on something that is unproven.
They don't know nothing about.
They don't know anything about. So if
I'm one of those people.
54.7% is a lot of people to me.
Because we've already just look at it this way. We've already spent $300 on a system. We already have Mario Kart and Splatoon, which you can play online now. Most people aren't just going to give up games they currently play just because they have to pay $20 a year. Most people aren't going to do that. Most people are just going to pay their $20 and keep playing.
Well, I know that. It's just no. I already knew that. That's kind of obvious, and it's like almost obvious. You're just gonna crack and buy and pay into this anyway because of that reason. But it's just right now. I don't know what I just want to know. For me, I just want to know a little more information. I'm more than probably 9 times out of 10, I'm more than likely just gonna buy it. Buy that. Yeah, it's not that high price. It's 30 bucks they said, or
it's
something
like 20 or 30, something like that.
Bucks. It's not that much money. It's really not that much money. I'm not worried about the money. I just want to know what I'm getting for my money. That's all. I'm just curious to know what it is.
Access to play Mario Kart.
Who the hell?
That's not good enough for me.
And a cell phone app.
That's not good enough for me, even for $5. But I just wanted to put that little bit of data out there just to kind of see, show you guys how the people over there are feeling about this. I just don't have great faith in Nintendo when it comes down to online. So it just kind of worries me that people are so willing to put money on the line when they don't know what they're getting.
They gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
What they want to do anyway. So I guess
pretty much.
It is what it is.
It's like I don't know, man. I personally find it hard to believe that people will stop playing Nintendo games online for $20.
Most of the games I have not even require online.
Nintendo is a company who has proven that they don't know or understand online. Now they want us to pay for it, and it's unproven. We don't know what it is. I just don't understand why people are so.
That's what happens when you get locked in an ecosystem. You either pay or you leave. Like those are your options.
But the thing is, they haven't even developed an ecosystem yet. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't have an ecosystem.
Their games are their ecosystem. You can only get Nintendo games on a Nintendo console.
Nintendo system, yeah.
I don't know. When I think of ecosystem, I think of an infrastructure that works as a collective as a whole. And to me, Nintendo's ecosystem has always been kind of broken to me.
They're definitely the worst of the bunch. I'm not saying it's going to be on par with Xbox or PlayStation. I don't expect it to.
They're also banking on the fact that their ecosystem is so well put together as far as if you want Nintendo games, you got to get a Nintendo system. And if you want to play those Nintendo games online, guess what? You got to pay for that online.
Yeah. And when I say online, VC online, I'm not talking about connectivity. I'm talking about features. I'm talking about
I know what you mean. Like the voice chat, messaging, all that stuff.
I know you guys know. I'm just clarifying for this guy in the chat.
For everybody else, like connectivity is gonna always be whatever.
Because for some reason, when you talk to Nintendo people about online, they automatically
think this connectivity is like
online.
You have to keep in mind the price difference. It's 1/3 the cost of Xbox and PlayStation. It really is unreasonable to expect the same kind of quality as them.
I just want the basics. I think
you're paying a third of the price.
But I still think we could at least get the basics.
I'm not saying that it has to be like the best of the best, but it has to be like the best.
I think we could at least
of course, like
the basics.
We already know the voice chat's coming. We've
I just don't want it to be on no damn. I don't want it to be on no damn fucking phone.
That's why, I think the stuff is gonna be there. It's just not gonna be as good as what we have on other consoles.
I already was of the mind of that. I just want to. Are we gonna get the stuff that I expect that we should get?
The only things we don't know about is are we getting the messaging as well, or is the virtual console coming? Stuff like that. That's stuff we don't know yet. But
that's the stuff we don't know.
The game invites across the console, we don't know about
that. It's possible to happen because we've already seen that.
It's possible. Yeah,
they have it in the system. It's just
there are games that do it. Like even Rocket League lets you invite people.
It's just my question is, are they going to turn this shit on when it's when we start paying for online? Are we going to get those basic features? Are they going to work? Do we have to use our phones to get certain things to work? Stuff like that is what I'm concerned about. I don't want to have to reach for my freaking phone just to do something that I could be doing on my Switch. Is all I'm saying.
Muhammad, $20 a year, we're not getting dedicated servers, so you might as well.
No, we're not.
Dedicated servers? Are you crazy?
Are you serious?
A year,
you don't even get dedicated servers on Xbox.
We're not even getting dedicated servers
on Xbox and PlayStation. So
Xbox been doing Xbox Live for more than a decade. We still don't have dedicated servers.
dedicated servers. They're like, not thinking about that.
When you're playing Call of Duty, you're using Activision servers. You're not using Microsoft servers
at all.
So expecting dedicated servers for $20 a year,
it's not happening, bro. It's not happening.
I just hope we have less disconnects. Like that's
all I'm saying. Can we get less disconnects in Mario Kart? I'm saying.
I just want the network to run a little better. Like that's the main thing.
And that's all I'm saying. But before I move on to my next topic, because all of this is gonna kind of wrap up together as our main topic, I want to give some shout outs. So I want to start shouting out people in Alex's mixer. So let's shout out Muhammad Alavi. Let's shout out Arfin. Let's shout out Coupon, who's over there hanging out with people in the chat. Let's shout out Miguel Rose over there. Let's see. I got some people over here in my chat.
Everywhere.
VC Online 9.8U. That is quite the username. Cherry Man, Ruby Sakurai, Fly from the Inside, Tony Kaname Kyoran, EJ Johnston X, Jeremy, Nell. I saw Jerry Totten up in here as well. Shout outs to Green Boat. All you guys up in here, man. I appreciate you guys. We got 36 people over here on my side. We have about 10 people over in Alex's side on Mixer. So we appreciate you guys for coming through. We always appreciate you guys coming through every week. Make sure you hit those likes, please. And if you're not following Alex on Mixer, make sure you're following him on Mixer at mixer.com/activesingaming. And I will put his
There you go. I put it in the chat.
Thank you guys. Go ahead and follow him. His channel is going through some stuff because YouTube are very mean people. So make sure you guys go and follow his Mixer, because if you want to watch Alex live, that's where he's gonna be. Shout outs to VC Online for blessing my stream and following. I highly appreciate that. Make sure you give it a thumbs up as well, so it can show up on people's feeds and when they're passing by. So let's go ahead and talk about our next topic. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is that the Nintendo Switch got in system update. It's officially their 5.0 version. So let's talk about, we're going to talk about it, child. We're going to talk about it. Shout out to Nintendo and Sony Fanboy Japan is the best. Blessed the stream, yes! That's a long username, but I appreciate you. So let's talk about this update, okay? So first thing, Facebook and Twitter friends that also use the Nintendo Switch can now be added through friend suggestions, which is awesome, which is a very appreciated thing. I don't have to put in everybody's Nintendo social security code. I can just add you from Twitter and Facebook. Thank you, Nintendo. That's a
more security hub.
Using the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, you can add specific software titles to your whitelist to exclude them from the console parental controls restricted software settings. So if you have kiddos and you want to whitelist games that they can play, you can now do that through the parental controls app.
Also cool.
Yes, if you have babies, you can monitor what they're playing and all that stuff.
Baby Struggles ain't playing nothing.
Baby Struggles is cut out from every game ever. Let's see. You can your captured videos in the album will also be restricted by parental controls depending on the restricted software. So, for example, if you captured some gameplay of Bayonetta bending over and you can see her booty crack, your kids won't be able to say that. Won't be able to see it. So that's awesome. If
those poor kids.
Yes, those poor kids won't be able to experience Bayonetta's butt crack.
That's a terrible childhood.
No butt crack for you.
And they also added an update to keep the parental controls pin private. The default method for pin entry has been changed, using the control stick and buttons instead of the on-screen number pad. So if you don't want your kiddos to see what you're putting in, it will be private so they cannot see what pin you're putting in for the parental controls. They also added some new avatars. They added a select of 24 new ARMS and Kirby series icons for you to use for your personal profile.
Yeah, I can use
I'm using Meta Knight right now.
I added Twin Tail for a little bit. I had to go back to Urbosa because I just love her so much. Let's see. Digital software purchases made on your PC or smart device will start downloading sooner than previously. So if you want to buy something on the PC Nintendo store, it will download sooner than it used to. So I don't know how good enough that works because I've never.
I haven't tried that yet.
And even if you're
if it's in sleep mode,
it downloads quicker now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes, you will now receive a notification when your pre-purchased software is ready to play. I haven't pre-purchased any software yet, so I don't know. I haven't seen that working yet. Also, something that I noticed that was actually really interesting. I was playing Splatoon yesterday, and I got a pop-up notification that they were getting ready to do server maintenance. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, freaking Nintendo is alerting me when they're doing server maintenance. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, a little notification popped up, like, oh my god.
Normally, they just turn it off and, like, kick you out of the game.
Like, kick you out. Like, that's bizarre.
Like, get out of the game.
Nintendo's
Everybody out of the pool.
Oh my god. Let's see. You can now filter your news section to view only unread news and news from specific channels, which actually helps me because I actually do check my news to see like what's good with the games that I'm following and stuff like that. So now that I'm able to filter out my news today, it helps me to keep up with what's going on more. So that's pretty cool. And also now the Nintendo Switch Pro controller grip colors show on display. So you know how when you plug in your Joy-Cons, whenever you go to the controller section, you can tell what color Joy-Cons are plugged in based on like little, what do you call it? Whatever the icon in there. Now it does the same thing for the Pro controller. So every time I plug in my Pro controller and I try to make it like, and I try to sync it, like now it has like pink. It has pink little controller grips, so I don't know. That's a cool little update. It's not really a big deal to a lot of people. It's pretty cool. So
I don't think it warranted a 5.0 number.
This update did not warrant a 5.0 in my opinion either. So let's talk about this update. So how do you guys feel about the update overall?
I don't care.
I feel like the 5.0 made me think it's gonna be a lot bigger.
It just once I saw what it was.
And of course, all the hype videos that I saw from the Nintendo YouTubers made me think it was going to be a much bigger update.
Yeah,
than
they were making it out to be like it was going to be some what to do, and then when I saw what it, oh my god, people are making videos of this. Like you could have just put this in your description box, be like, hey, look at the description box below. Get it done.
Yeah, I think really the biggest thing with this update was being able to add friends on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, that's the most useful thing here.
Yeah, that's
everything else is kind of just like whatever, you know what I mean? Like new avatars, like that's always cool and welcome.
That's
but,
great.
Like, it doesn't really want like this big. Like,
can I get some themes?
I was hoping for themes and like folders or something.
Some folders, you know, useful shit.
So let me ask you this then: what updates would you have liked to see up to this point? I mean, we've been with the Switch for over a year now.
I just want I literally just themes freaking folders. That would be very helpful for me right now. Like that would be lovely if I could take my 3DS
themes and folders. Yeah.
Themes and folders. Yeah. If I could take
because the games are getting too cluttered now.
Themes, folders, and one thing I would like for I was thinking about this.
And music.
I would love.
Oh yeah, eShop music.
eShop.
Yes, I would love to be able to filter my games in alphabetical order. I don't know if anybody else is OCD like me, but when I go to view all software, I would love it if everything was in alphabetical.
Yeah, it's in order of what you played last, right?
Yes,
yeah. Like I would love it if you could just. Yeah. If you could just personalize your own, like your stuff, like with the theme
alphabetical order
and stuff. Like I would hope you would be able to like personalize your stuff and you know put it in whatever order you want.
Yeah, hopefully that stuff's coming. But like this update was pretty meh.
At some point, they do need to make it to where you can filter your stuff though.
And for the
eShop definitely needs more filters.
They need more filter in there.
It's so hard to find games now.
Yeah,
it's so hard. They need to fix that. Like when I go through, like when I'm doing the eShop now, usually if there's a game I know I might come back to later, I just put it on my wish list now because you can't find it anytime sometimes, or you'll forget the name of it.
Me too. I do the same thing because like if you saw something interesting and you don't put it in your wish list, like it's gone.
You're probably not gonna. Yeah, you're
never gonna see that game again.
Unless you know the name of it, and then you can just look it up by name. But other than that, you probably won't find it.
Yeah, like Unforgiven said, like I would love to make categories like Steam, like put it in alphabetical order, or like choose some games as my favorites and they stay at the top all the time or something.
Right.
Like, I would love that. Outside of the whole online thing, because you know that's like a big deal, but I'm not gonna say that today. Themes, obviously big one. Folders, being able to filter through your games better, like alphabetical order or like in the order which you purchase them or something like that would be dope. music, you know, but I feel like music and themes kind of go together because the 3DS has spoiled me when it comes down to themes. Like panoramic themes with music, we need that on the Switch like soon. But yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about what came out of this update. So, of course, every time there's an update or something like that, there's always a couple of people out there who like to tinker with the behind the scenes stuff. So, the first little thing that people have found through tinkering is that you can see your Twitter feed.
Wait, which link am I looking at now?
The Twitter feed. You can see the Twitter feed through through the little applet, and that's one of the things I kind of mentioned to you, Alex, when I updated mine. I was like, whenever you update yours, you can see there's an applet. I bet you somebody's gonna go in there and tinker with it to see if it actually works. So I don't know if it allows you to go and like actually respond to people on Twitter from your feed, or if it just allows you to go and look at your feed.
Yeah, because didn't this happen before with YouTube too?
I think so.
I think
like people were like through like a lot of different ways you could actually get YouTube to work, but it's like an unnecessary amount of effort. And you had to have the video preloaded on Google Plus, and then you play it from there, but through YouTube. It's like some dumb thing like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really look much into that one. I think I kind of missed that one, but I did hear about it a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know how long it's going to be till they patch it out, but if you have any interest at all, I don't even know why this is a thing. Just put a Twitter app on the freaking Switch. Like, seriously? Why don't we have a freaking Twitter app on the Switch? Like, just put it on the Switch and give us a web browser and call it a day. Because I know, like, their whole thing is, like, they don't want people to go and hack and get past the web browser and make it, like, piratable and stuff like that. So at least give us an applet. I will settle for an applet. If you're not going to give us the web browser, at least give us the applet. Like, freaking A. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So another thing that came out of people tinkering with the update is that there was apparently some new SoC model that they found. And let me see if I can find that link, because apparently it's not giving me that. It's giving me a different link. I don't know what is up with this. I think I found it. Nope, that's not it either. Anyway, I'll just talk about it because I did read it. So there was supposedly some information about a potential SoC model for the Nintendo Switch when people were going through and tinkering with the Switch after the update. So
I don't think I have that article.
Let me see if I can find it.
Which one is it?
It was on my Nintendo News. But
is it in the chat?
I thought I put it in the chat.
I didn't see that there.
Here it is. I found it. Hold on, I'm gonna send it.
I'm
gonna put it
in the Discord chat. I'll just find it there.
I put it in the mixer because I did the one from the Discord and it wasn't bad.
Okay. Let me find it.
Which I don't know how I missed that up. So let's go ahead and see what this is about. So the latest firmware launched last night for the Nintendo Switch, and the team over at Switch Brew have discovered that it includes a new check for a SoC system on a chip. Reset Era member Atherio says that it has most likely been changed due to hardware vulnerability that makes hacking possible in all firmware versions. This in turn means that future Nintendo Switch units will mostly have a different SoC chip. So, this kind of goes into what we have always been saying. I don't know why people just don't listen to us. Because even when the Nintendo Switch came out and we found out that the SoC chip was just a regular X1.
Just a regular Tegra X1, yeah.
Yeah, and we always said, well, they probably did it just to be cheaper, but down the line,
yeah,
they're going to upgrade it to the X2 chip. Like, that's kind of like a no-brainer because why don't people listen to us? I don't understand why people just don't listen. I don't know,
like, Nintendo buys old hardware to make it cheap to sell to the consumers cheaper. Like, they're obviously bought a bunch of X1 chips because there's no more NVIDIA Shields.
Yeah. So
like they're NVIDIA's sitting on all these chips and Nintendo bought them up for cheap. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like it is what it is. Like that. Like people want to believe it's some magical custom made nonsense. No. It was just a normal Tegra X1 chip. That's why they got it so damn cheap.
I don't know why people don't listen to us. sense because
I don't know.
We've been following Nintendo long enough to know that this is not going to be the final form of the Switch. Like, they're gonna come up with an updated one. Like, I don't know why this is news. Because if people would listen to us, they would know that this is just how Nintendo does things on their handheld side. So, if this is news to you, I mean, hey, here it is, whatever. So, Switch Pro coming in your future. I think that they're going to announce it next year, personally. But that's just me. Alright. So, the last thing we're going to talk about... I'm sorry, go ahead.
So we don't know if this is going to be like an X2 or if it's just like it's a slightly updated version, but the power and stuff's going to be the same. Like, they didn't say anything like that.
It just says that it has a different SoC, but we don't know if it's the X2 or not. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's X2. Or something that's stronger than what we have now and not just...
Yeah, because the X2 has double the bandwidth of the X1, so you can actually get prettier graphics.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's X2. Because look at the new 3DS.
Yeah.
Look at the DSi versus the OG DS. Like, whatever. Anyway, so let's...
Yeah, I would imagine it's going to be very similar to the new Nintendo 3DS. It'll be like the new Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. It's...
Like, they're backwards compatible. It's all the games are going to play on both. It's just like a more powerful version of the same chip, and that's cool. Yeah.
They do it. It's what they've been doing. It's
they have to. Technology moves too quickly now.
And like we said before, like the Nintendo Switch is like Nintendo's most future-proof console ever, and this is the reason why. Because it's a handheld, it's easier to make an updated handheld versus any other type of thing. So that's what it is. Anyway, so I'm gonna move on from this because I feel like we've talked about this before, even before this update.
Yeah, but now people actually want to hear the truth, I guess.
People listen to other people, they don't listen to us. Okay. So the last thing we're going to talk about before we delve into the direct. So I'm just going to let you guys know. If you have questions, we're going to talk about questions and all that stuff after the direct recap talk. So go ahead and cue your questions, put them in the Discord, because after the direct talk, we're going to go into questions, okay? I feel like I have to keep saying that because y'all wait till the last minute sometimes to put questions. So I'm prefacing it now. If you have questions, put it in the Discord in the questions tab, because after the direct talk, we will go into questions.
Wait, when did they do it? When? What time?
Alright, so the last thing is that 2K, they took out the screenshot feature from the Nintendo Switch version.
That is so dumb.
That came after the 1.07 update. So, somebody reached out to 2K, and the article goes on as follows. NBA 2K18 has been going strong with updates, but there has been a catch. Following the game's update to version 1.07, the screenshot feature got removed. According to a 2K support reply that was sent to a Reddit user, this was done because of a new Nintendo policy that came with the 1.07 update. An image of the reply was posted on Reddit by the user, so you can check it down below. So this is to the reply to the fan. Thanks for supporting 2K support today. Because of a new Nintendo policy that came with the 1.07 update, the screenshot function has unfortunately been removed from the NBA 2K and WWE 2K games. I apologize for any inconveniences that this might have caused. If you have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to ask me. Take care. Then it has the person's name and da-da-da-da. So... I don't know why. I wonder what Nintendo's update had in it that made them take away.
But the thing I don't understand is no other games are affected by this.
Yeah, that's what's confusing.
So to me, it just seems like they're just lying.
Maybe they did it because they don't.
Because I get not wanting screenshots from WWE 2K18 because that game is a train wreck. But like NBA 2K18 looks great on the Switch.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't understand, because like if this was true and it's some update from Nintendo, we would have heard about more games doing this.
I feel like that too. I don't know what the reason it could be, because I've seen people post screenshots of NBA 2K, and it actually isn't that bad looking of a game. Like,
it looks like it's not as good as the PS4 version, but like it does look good.
It looks good for considering the form factor that it's.
But like the WWE one, that's a whole other story. That's a absolute. That's horrendous. But like, I don't get it. Why would they do this? They'll probably bring it back later, though.
Maybe. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. So for those of you guys out there who play NBA 2K, you may have noticed that this was a thing that you are no longer able to do. Well, that is your reason. So now let's go ahead and talk about this Nintendo Direct. And this is going to be our last topic before we get to questions. So let's do a quick little recap. So I'm just going to go do just quick what they showed. So they showed WarioWare Gold for the 3DS. They showed Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers for the 3DS. They showed Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey, Detective Pikachu plus an Amiibo, Luigi's Mansion, Luigi's Mansion, and that was the last of the Nintendo 3DS content. They breezed through that in like the first 5 to 6 minutes, which was
which is what we predicted anyways.
We predicted it. This is why you should listen to us. So then they moved on to Nintendo Switch content. So they showed some information on Kirby Star Allies, about the new characters that can come into your game, like King Dedede, Meta Knight, and Waddle Dee, and all those other characters. They officially announced Okami HD coming to the Nintendo Switch. They showed off a new game called Sushi Striker, The Way of the Sushido. That is a tongue twister. Oh my god.
Sushi Striker, The Way of the Sushido.
And then they showed Octopath Traveler. So we know that Project Octopath Traveler, they decided to keep the name. It's now Octopath Traveler. They showed some information and some gameplay, finally, of Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, which looks really good. And we were talking about beat 'em ups earlier today. Travis Strikes Again looks like a really good beat 'em up.
That game looks fun. That's why a lot of people super disappointed about that game.
I don't see why. I like games like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I thought it looked good.
And then they showed Dark Souls Remastered, and they showed that there's gonna be a Solaire, what's it called? Solaire Day Astoria amiibo, which actually looks pretty cool. I'm not a Dark Souls person, but that amiibo, I don't know, man. I'm more interested in the amiibo than the game, if I'm being real.
Oh damn! Don't let the Dark Souls fans hear that shit.
That's me being a typical Nintendo fan, I guess, because that amiibo looks great. They also talked about the My Nintendo reward system, where you get gold coins for digital and physical purchases on the Nintendo Switch. It's not as many coins as I would prefer, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's not great.
Cheap change.
Yeah, and then of course they showed a lot of god tier information about Mario Tennis Aces. This game looks really technical. It looks very beautiful. It has an online tournament mode. You can play with your friends and randoms. If I have the money, Mario Tennis is a day one.
I'm getting it. I love Mario Tennis.
I am ready for this. They also announced that Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is coming to the Switch, which I'm personally excited for.
Yeah!
Another thing we had predicted.
Another thing we predicted, yes.
And it's getting Super Mario Odyssey New Donk City levels, so that's really cool.
That's actually really tight. Lost my train of thought. Undertale is coming to the Switch eventually, according to the announcement. I don't really care. I feel like the ship has sailed for Undertale, in my opinion. It kind of missed the tight moment, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that game's whatever.
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is also coming. So if you're excited for that, there it is. Yeah. So Little Nightmares Completed is coming to
that game looks freaky.
It is so cool.
Little Nightmares looks like it will give me nightmares.
And he can use the Pac-Man amiibo too.
Yeah, and that Pac-Man suit, his jacket, that Pac-Man jacket.
That Pac-Man jacket looks so damn creepy.
It looks creepy.
So creepy.
It do.
And then they announced that South Park: The Fractured But Whole.
Yes.
So that's pretty tight. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition got a release date. It's coming on May the 18th, which is my birth month. Whoop, whoop.
Yep, that's pretty close.
ARMS is going to have a US and Canadian online open, and ARMS is going to have a second global test punch. So they're trying to get people to...
They're trying to push it.
Yeah, they're pushing the game. I mean, I can't hate on that. Splatoon 2 is getting a version 3.0 where it's gonna have lots of costumes and weapons and stages. There's also gonna be getting some single player DLC starring the Octolings, and then whenever you beat the Octoling expansion mode, you get to play as Octolings in the online game, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then last but not least, Super Smash Brothers. So to those of you guys,
they announced Smash, huh? They announced Smash.
So to those of you guys who somehow missed out on the Direct, that's all that they announced. And Super Smash Brothers was super, super hype. So before we talk about our Super Smash Brothers predictions and our wish list for what it's gonna be, what it ain't gonna be, let's talk about how we felt about the Direct as a whole. So I guess I could do Coupon. Tell us how you feel about the Direct as a whole. Like, what would you give it as a score? What did you like? What did you not like? What would you have liked to see that was not there?
Okay, so like I said before, I had going to have given it a. I think it was gonna give it an 8, but then it went from. Actually, I think I was gonna give it a 7. I think it went up to an 8. For us, what did it go up to? It went up to 8 because they had Okami, and then they showed us a little bit more about Travis touchdown and some other stuff. It went up to a 9 because of the Smash reveal. Obviously, they trolled the hell out of us at the end there, but it was steadily staying at an 8. Like I was gonna give it a 7 for quite a while until like Captain Toad, and then the South Park. I knew that was coming, kind of, sort of. So it's like I just didn't know they were gonna announce it for the Direct. Yeah. I kept talking about this freaking amiibo, this damn Solar of Ultra or whatever.
Looks so tight.
That Dark Souls. I was like, okay, so I gave it an extra point for that because you try to get out of you try to get out, and you come in. Then you got your Undertale and your Hyrule Warriors stuff that we kind of sort of knew about. I just couldn't remember the name of this stupid thing when I saw the two little creatures come on screen. I was like, it looks like Undertale, but I couldn't remember the name. So overall, then the Mario Tennis, the fact that they had the online really got me, and I was happy about that because I was not going to pick this game up. They needed to have the online, because I wasn't going to pick it up until they did. So I'm glad they
break, honestly.
Yeah, that was.
They didn't. Did they announce a release date for Mario Tennis?
No, it's just June, I think.
Oh yeah, June 22nd.
Yeah, June. Okay. So for me, overall, after we saw all that Splatoon announcements and stuff, and over, and at the end when they showed us the last little reveal trailer, I was just like so over Splatoon that it was gonna go down to a 7, or actually it was gonna go down to the because it was at an 8 at that point, and it was gonna go down to a 7 because I was just so over that. I was like, okay, I don't care about all the stuff that I saw that I was happy about, because the Splatoon stuff would get on my nerves. And then when I saw the Smash sign, I was like, okay, 9. I gave it a 9. I didn't give it a straight 10 because definitely could have done better. They could have showed a lot of other stuff. But yeah, with the way that they trolled us, I gave them a 9 for that because they trolled the hell out of us. Because I'm just sitting up here like, didn't we see this trailer from last year, like from when they announced the Splatoon
saying, like, what
1? Because I looked at the trailer, I was like, this looks like Splatoon 1 trailer. Like, what is this trash? Like, get the fuck out of here, I'm mad. And then they showed, and then you saw the sign, and then you heard Alex. He's like, Smash, and I'm like, what? So it was a good reveal. What I would have liked to have seen, probably, actually not. I mean, I really didn't expect too much else. Like, they kind of pretty much showed everything I kind of wanted to see. Kind of wanted to see, what was it? I can't remember the name of it. You'll probably say it was yours, but there was a couple of things I just can't remember the name of them right off the top of my head right now. So, but overall, it was a good showing. It was a good showing. They started off with the 3DS. I like that they got that straight out of the way. Didn't dwell on it too long. Just told you what was coming. And if you guys don't know already, like, based on what they show for the 3DS section, you know that 3DS is getting put on the shelf. So be ready for that. They're
getting like little remasters and like collection games
remasters and collectible. Like, they're putting that on the shelf. So that was made very abundantly clear with this Direct.
That was pretty damn clear.
We weren't sitting on the 3DS for long at all. They were like, okay, we're done with 3DS. I was like, yes. It was like, what, 5 minutes of it worth? Like 5 minutes worth of talking of the 3DS, and then they moved on. So
yeah, it's 5 minutes.
So that was it. So that's the nail in that coffin soon. So I'm glad about that. And then they just went straight into the other stuff. The flow of the way that the flow of the direct was, I loved it. It's pretty fast paced.
Yeah, very fast paced.
Talked about everything, showed you what you needed to know.
Yeah, it's not like they showed one game in 2 hours.
Yeah. Stop. Stop. So yeah, overall, I gave it a 9. I enjoyed myself. Like even without it, it probably would have stayed at an 8 without the Smash announcement. It would have stayed at an 8, and I still think that's really good because it really did do a good job. Keep me entertained, and
yeah, they did a very good job.
I agree.
And I mean, people keep still to this day thinking that these announcements on directs are going to be E3 worthy, and that's why people are so disappointed at the end. It's like, stop putting yourself on.
Not every direct is going to be E3, guys.
Yeah, it's not going to be E3. Like
only E3 is E3.
It's only E3 is going to be E3. This is always going to have some downside. You might get a surprise here or there. This time we got a surprise, but it could have easily just been nothing, just another Splatoon announcement. And like, fuck.
Yeah, like what people don't understand about the Nintendo Direct, it's basically like a digital press release that they put out to their fans. Like,
that's all it is.
They could easily just put out an email, a press release with all this information, and then just be the end of it. They do this to like be interactive with their fans.
Yeah. So how do you feel, Alex? What would you rate it? What did you like? What did you not like? What would you have liked?
Yeah, I'll give my score right away, I guess. Initially it was an 8, but after Saturday watching that Xbox show, I give this a 9 now.
Wow.
So let's start with the 3DS. There was some stuff I didn't like there. The Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers, that should be on Switch. Luigi's Mansion, again, should be on Switch. Detective Pikachu actually looks pretty funny. That game looks hilarious. That Mario Luigi Bowser's Journey, whatever, that game looks pretty good too. But I was hoping that Luigi's Mansion would be on Switch, so that kind of sucks seeing it over there. The Wario game, that's pretty crazy. 300 games, on 300 micro games they call them. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. And they got that over within 5 minutes, so that's cool. 3DS stuff was out of the way. I like that. Kirby Star Allies, even though it's like like a week away, when we saw the direct, like they showed a lot of new stuff. So like DDD's in there, Meta Knight, and then a bunch of smaller characters that you can use Amiibo with. I believe you have to unlock them with Amiibo. They showed more powers. They showed more levels. Like they did a good job showing Kirby in a good light. Like this game does look very fun.
Yeah.
I can tell you they sold me more on Kirby in like a minute or two than 2 hours of Sea of Thieves. I'll tell you that much. So that was great, and that game's coming out on this Friday.
You're hating me. It's Active Sin Gaming.
Oh, come on, there's no hate.
That's actually facts, though. At this point, we can't be mad about
that. Come on.
Facts.
I saw a little bit of it, and yeah.
I'd refuse. After I listened to you guys talking about it, I was like, "There's no point."
It was not great. Kami HD, this was cool. I love that we actually got this on the Switch, and it might actually be the best version is the Switch version now, because you have the Joy-Con controls and touchscreen controls when you're in portable mode. Because this game, obviously, visually is not the best looking game anymore, so that's kind of like the only advantage the other versions have over this. But like, it's not a super good looking game anymore, so like I would rather have the Switch version at this point. That game is coming out soon. That sushi game, it's garbage. Octopath Traveler, that game continues to look more amazing every time we see it. They showed us how you can combine different classes' powers. That was awesome. So if you're like the knight guy, you can add in the thief's powers and all this other shit. And there's like different combos. That game is gonna be amazing.
You know the interesting thing about Octopath Traveler, like not to cut you off, but
yeah,
it doesn't have the most realistic graphics, but it has one of the most breathtaking art styles I've seen.
Because they're using current day lighting techniques and all these other like new gen stuff. They're just putting it together with 8-bit, which makes it really cool.
And I like the fact that it looks like a real, like a live, like diorama or like a like that looks really cool.
Beautiful game. But Captain Toad, I'm so happy we got Captain Toad coming to the Switch. It's only $40 too. They announced that after the direct. We're lucky they didn't Nintendo Switch tax us and make that a $60 game like Donkey Kong. But yeah, we're getting Mario New Donk City in there, so I'm super excited. This is a day one. Crash Bandicoot, it's hilarious that it's coming to the Switch because Crash used to be a villain of Nintendo, and it made a lot of Sony guys extremely angry. I think the game's absolute garbage.
They're gonna put him in Smash for some.
I wouldn't even mind that.
Crash and Smash,
Crash and Smash would be pretty cool, to be honest.
I think that's why we got it. He's probably gonna be in Smash.
Like, that would be cool. Like, you could get a Crash amiibo, too.
I don't want it, though.
Like, it's obviously, it's nowhere near the quality of a Super Mario Odyssey, because Crash has always been a mediocre platformer, but that's coming in July. South Park Fracture Butthole, that was awesome. We heard rumors about it, but we didn't know for sure. But now it's coming, now we know. And that's coming out really soon. I think that's next month, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm happy I held off getting it on the PC or PlayStation. I kind of just forgot about it because it was running through my backlog games. So now I can get it on the Switch. And this is another one of those games where it's not visually demanding. So it's going to be looking just as good on the Switch. Plus, you can take it around with you. So again, definitive version as far as I'm concerned. Dark Souls, don't care, but they're doing some sort of network test so we can play the game, like to try the game online or something. But again, I don't care about Dark Souls. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. We finally saw gameplay. It looks really cool. Looks like eight styles of gameplay in one game.
I love that.
I think that game is going to be a lot of fun. I get people aren't super excited because it doesn't look like a No More Heroes game. But at the end of the day, this is supposed to be like an indie budget game, so you can't really expect
it's kind of like a side game to his main.
Yeah, but it looks really fun, so I'm excited for that. Little Nightmares looked awesome. That game looks creepy as hell, and for some reason we can use a Pac-Man amiibo, which I have, so that's cool.
This is a Namco game.
Undertale.
This is a Bandai Namco game, by the way.
Is it?
That's why it's Pac-Man.
Okay, that makes sense then.
That makes sense.
That game just looks so freaky. Undertale, could not care less. Hyrule Warriors, I already played it. I don't care. But that game's coming in May. And then we saw Splatoon. The Splatoon DLC is really cool. The season pass for the story mode, that's pretty cool. Octolings are there. That's exciting. And then we saw Smash. And Mario Tennis Aces. That is a day one now since they confirmed online.
Yes.
And that game is so in depth. I could not believe how much stuff you can do in this game for a damn
technical, right? Like, oh my god.
Extremely technical tennis game, and it's starring Mario and a bunch of Mushroom Kingdom people.
Waluigi.
And we got Waluigi, so I'm very excited about that. And that's coming out in June.
Me too. I'm so excited.
I'm glad I waited.
You guys don't know how deeply saddening it is to hear that this is your.
That's
first
okay.
Mario.
I'm glad I missed the other one.
And we actually have Chain Chomp as a character too, which is crazy.
Chain Chomp
Y'all
is awesome.
saw that post that I posted about Chain Chomp?
Yeah.
He's been practicing his whole life, and finally he's got his check.
So good. But yeah, Mario Tennis is easily a day one now. If there was no online, I wouldn't even be talking about this game because I would have dropped interest day one. But this has a story mode that showed a little more of that. That game is looking very, very good. Far cry from the one on the Wii U, and weirdly, it's the same team, so you could tell they didn't try at all.
Because they didn't try, exactly. They did
not try
at all.
And then we ended with Smash, with one of the coolest reveal trailers for Smash ever.
That was cool.
That was very cool CGI. Like, it was just a CGI trailer. Normally I don't get excited for that, but we know what Smash plays like, so that was a very cool trailer. And I'm very excited. We're going to figure out if it's a new game or an old game in our next segment, so I'll just transition over to that.
So, can I give a shout out to Greenbolt real quick for donating? Thank you so much, Greenbolt, for the donation.
Blessing the stream. Bless it.
Thank you.
Yes, he said, this is how Real shot me in Discord. Real, stop shooting Greenbolt in the Discord.
Stop shooting people.
Oh my goodness. This is why Trump is trying to take away our video games.
This is why he's trying to take away our video games, because we got these people out here throwing fucking gun emotes around.
That's messed up.
It's the stupidest thing ever.
You can continue. I just have to acknowledge.
Yeah, I was done. I was just saying that we can transition to Smash now.
Okay, well, let me give my little quick thoughts before I move on. So, overall, I will rate this Direct a 9 out of 10. And it was going to be like a hard 6.57 until that Smash reveal. Like, that's how annoyed I was with the Splatoon stuff. And, like, I like Splatoon, but I was like, are they really going to just, like, drown us in Splatoon news right now? Like, can we move on to something else? But then they trolled the hell out of us with the little Smash symbol and the inkling eye. And I was done for. I didn't know what I was looking at, and it caught me by surprise. And I loved every moment of that trailer. I've seen that trailer like 1,000 times.
It's very good.
Like, just the way that they set it up when, like, she's running and then she goes in slow-mo and then it gets dark and then you hear that, oh, it's like, oh my god! This is so ominous and creepy and I love it. I love it so much. I think Nintendo is really learning how to get that reveal down. Like, they're...
I watched a lot of reactions.
It was fantastic.
Genius reveal. Oh my goodness. But
they trolled us, definitely.
Yes, as far as my highlights from this direct, obviously Mario Tennis was really like the biggest highlight to me outside of Smash Brothers. I'm just really blown away. As far as what I would have liked to see, I wish they would have acknowledged Fire Emblem Switch in some way.
And my boy Yoshi.
Yeah, and Yoshi, but they're probably saving Fire Emblem for E3 because we do know it's coming this year. Oh, snap! Another donation!
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Real Gamer 27 donated for $5. He said, this is for Alex. He has a grumpy face and a middle finger.
Wow.
Blessing the stream with violence.
Blessing the stream with violence, as usual. Shout out to Real Gamer 27. Y'all go check him out. His channel out. He's hilarious, yo. Oh, yeah, and, King Avery made a good point. He said, where's Animal Crossing at, though? I think Animal Crossing is probably going to be an E3.
That's going to be an E3 thing.
It'll probably be an E3
Animal
thing.
Crossing is going to be E3, Fire Emblem. They're probably going to talk more about Smash Brothers at E3. Like, all of that stuff I think is going to be at E3. But overall, again, I give the Nintendo Direct an 8 out of 10. So the last thing that I want to talk about that kind of goes into our direct thoughts is what we think Smash Brothers is going to be. Is it going to be a port or is it going to be a whole new Smash? Alex, what do you think? Port or new Smash?
I think it actually might be a new one.
Okay, so you say
yeah, I say new because Sakurai's working on it. He said he's been working on it since basically, I think he said 2014 at this point. So I don't think he was working on the DLC stuff. So, and then we have the Breath of the Wild link that we saw in the trailer. We have Splatoon. The Inklings are obviously in there as well. And in the background, we see a silhouette of characters. Some of them don't look familiar to Smash. So I think there's like several new characters. Of course, we're going to have stuff from the Wii U version. I think the assets are going to be the same. I think you're still going to see some stages. Because I don't think they're going to do from the ground up because like it's not going to look any better than the Wii U version. That game was already 1080p 60 FPS anyways. Yeah. So I think since they already had a lot of assets, it would be faster for them to make a new one. Like, so I think that's why they can probably get it done quicker this time. And I don't know. I just think also because they didn't. Because normally with these ports, Nintendo's very upfront about it.
Yes, I was gonna go into that. I'll talk about it when you're
Yeah. Because whenever they announce a Wii U port, they're like, this is a port from the Wii U. And they're like, okay, whatever. Yeah. But like this one, they're being very coy about it. There's even in the trailer, it says working title. So it's not called Smash 4. So there's like a lot of stuff that's pointing towards it being new. So at this point, I do think it is actually a new one. And that's pretty amazing. They're getting a new Smash Brothers out this fast. Because I thought for sure it was going to be a port.
That's
that's definitely what I was
Coupon, you can add on to that or co-sign.
All right, so if you watched the trailer for it, the Smash Brothers comes online. It does it the same way as the title comes on the same way as it does for Brawl and Melee, but not for the Wii U version.
Yeah, the logo is different too.
Yeah, the logo is back to the old ways, back to the old Brawl and Melee format.
Oh, sorry, Coupon, I have to acknowledge we got another donation.
Okay, what's up? Bless the stream.
Bolt. He donated $3, and his comment is, praise the sun, in parentheses, Dark Soul. Praise the sun. Wait, how do you do it? You put your arms up like this? Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
Thank you for the donation, Green Boat. I appreciate it.
The stream. So yeah, so with the title, I think it's that also shows it's new. Also, House Studios is working on this one and not Bandai Namco. So House Studios is back on this one. They also have it saying working title. Yeah. They got rid of the Wii U 3DS version of it on the Nintendo website. It was showing the one that they have now, and if it was supposed to be just deluxe version, they would have just left that alone and or something. So that's some other you know, showing some other ways that it could be new, as well as what Alex had brought up and stuff. Plus we got Breath of the Wild link. That was like an obvious one right there.
Yes.
That was awesome.
And obvious. And I think he's gonna have a new moveset. I don't think he's gonna play like
for sure.
like the old Link. He's totally gonna have.
He's got to use the runes.
And I think they're gonna have Cappy. I honestly believe we're gonna have Cappy Mario. We didn't see him in there, but I feel like we're gonna have Cappy Mario.
I think so.
I think they just made it to where you couldn't.
Because like Cappy, he can hide. He doesn't always have his eyes out.
Yeah, he doesn't always have to be out there.
They can always just pop the eyes out later.
I think they just made it to where you didn't see him. I think he's gonna be Cappy.
I'm pretty sure that's Odyssey Mario.
That's Odyssey Mario. So we'll see him probably or whatever. It's just like you know, and then with the silhouettes, you see some returning characters obviously, and then I think a lot of people have been saying that they kind of sort of think that Wario might be in there or something.
Wario's in Smash already.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, I know, but like yeah, so there's like it's just like a lot of the usual people. Hopefully we get Waluigi this time.
I hope so too.
We gotta have him. I want tennis Waluigi. I want him smacking people in the face.
I'm not gonna win.
But yeah, there's just a lot of things that show that this is new. Plus, I mean, you know, Sakurai's back.
Yeah. So Sakurai is too much of a diva to be working on the board.
Like he was never gonna go anywhere. He's the same guy that's always crying about.
He's always talking about
doing it. Nobody cares.
Cry has been pretty quiet.
Super Smash Brothers Rumble. That would be nice if they gave it a freaking title.
Arvin said something in your chat that I want to address, Alex. He said someone tweeted out that was Illumination who made the Splatoon Smash reveal trailer because Nintendo can't do animation. I highly disagree that because they've done animation. All those Smash for Wii U, all of those Smash for Wii U trailers were made by Nintendo people. Like, those were great too. Let me see, and then Arfin also says, and Charles Martinet's IMDb page has been updated saying that he's working on Smash 5.
But it's not like he makes that page.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, but here's one thing that I wanted to address that you guys have not yet addressed. So, if you go to the Smash Brothers website, it is wiped clean. Of any Super Smashers. Oh,
yeah, Coupon sent that earlier.
My bad, I missed that. It is wiped clean from any Smash from Wii U information whatsoever. Let's go to the other port pages, shall we? So let's go to CaptainToad.com. CaptainToad.com. If you look at CaptainToad.com, it has all of the previous information from the Wii U version. And then at the top, it says, coming to Nintendo Switch and 3DS July 13, 2018. So it does have an update letting you know that it's coming to the Switch, but also let you know that it's a port.
I didn't even know HAL Laboratories was making this. Isn't that the Kirby team?
Yeah, but they also make Smash. They make
Yeah, they made the Melee and Brawl.
Okay, but they switched to Bandai for the other one? That's
Bandai Namco
was on Bandai helped them make 4. Probably because Bandai has a lot more manpower.
They have more staff,
Yeah.
So now let's go to the Donkey Kong website. It has all of the previous information from the Wii U version. And then there's also a little tab here that says coming to Nintendo Switch May 4, 2018. But then when you go to the Smash website,
none there.
None there. This is a new game.
Just the logo, and then it says the working title.
And it's the trailer here is the same trailer from the Direct. This is a new game, people. So I don't really know. Like, I think people are just kind of saying that it's a port because they're trying to
downplay. Those are the haters.
Downplay it because they don't want to get excited if it's a new game, but it actually turns out to be a port. But the writing's on the wall. Like, this is a whole new game.
First of all, there's no reason for them to be up here.
Yeah,
slate clean and put.
They would have been more upfront about it being a port.
More upfront with it. We would have saw Deluxe flash across the screen.
Yeah, exactly. Because like they didn't have any problems saying Mario Kart was a port.
It was a Deluxe. Yeah, they're just like Mario Kart.
But that's an even bigger game than Smash.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, and then the copyright says 2018 instead of 2014 to 2018.
Yeah, and it says original game.
Yeah,
so
and it says
I'm pretty sure it's new.
Right here on the website, you guys can see. I'm covering it on my screen, but it says original game. Here. So this is a new game, people.
It probably is. I think there's enough information to assume it's new.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Alex's mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, his keyboard is.
Hey man, my keyboard's amazing. You just gotta turn your volume down.
No, somebody is just like, I can hear a mechanical keyboard.
No, seriously, like your keyboard is really loud.
It's so good though.
I'm used to it now. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the questions. So we got whoa.
Lots of questions.
Let's check these questions real quick.
Oh my god.
Where they start at?
Well, y'all didn't listen to me this time.
It starts with Matthew.
Yeah,
Okay,
Matthew.
well, let's
He
get started.
says, if each character had their own special item in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, what special item would you want each character to have? Whatever they had.
A lot of characters.
Whatever they had in Double Dash, just bring it back. If you're a Koopa, you need the shells. If you're Bowser, you need the big shell. I feel like. If you had to choose one Nintendo character to debut in Smash for the very first time from the Nintendo franchise that's not been represented in the game, which character would it be?
One Nintendo character?
A Nintendo character to debut for the first time.
Wait, what?
If you
one Nintendo character to debut for the first time in Smash that's never been in Smash before.
Never been in Smash.
Like a Nintendo first party character?
Yeah, a Nintendo character.
Like debut as a trophy or as playable?
No, just in the game itself as a.
But basically, everyone's in the game in some version. If you're talking about playable, then I'm talking about Waluigi.
Playable, yeah.
That Waluigi.
Playable.
Yeah, I want Waluigi to be playable.
Instead of being an assist trophy, he should be a.
Yeah, upgrade him. He ain't no assist trophy. He's a gangster. He's to stomp people.
like Smash.
I want Swole DDD. Can I get Swole DDD?
Yeah.
This dude said Cranky Kong.
I want Swole DDD.
I feel like
or Funky Kong, but I don't want.
I feel like Smash Brothers has grown to such a degree that it's kind of hard to make that determination because there's so many characters in Smash now, whether native to the game or DLC.
If it's a third-party character, I want Rodon, so it's like a playoff Bayonetta.
Yeah.
I guess if I have to choose a Smash character or a new Nintendo character that, well, not new, but a character that hasn't been in Smash before, I would have to go way back, like NES back. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got some of the champions from Breath of the Wild would be cool.
Yeah.
I would like
Bosa. I want to see her Bosa.
Daruk could be an awesome character.
Urbosa's tight too. Like, oh, she has.
As long as it's not fucking Mifa, goddamn.
If it's not Mifa and not that freaking whatever Rivali,
Mifa's straight trash.
Like, we already got freaking Falco. We don't need another.
We don't need another asshole bird in Smash.
Right? We got enough asshole birds.
Oh my god.
That's all he is.
There's so many questions in the Discord, guys. I don't know if we're gonna have time to go over them all, and I apologize.
I'm kind of reading through some of them just to find the really interesting ones.
I could just go quickly. Let's see. What if the new Switch is white version of the Switch and it was like a white Wii U? Oh, that would suck.
That would suck.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm over white consoles.
Yeah,
I feel like with the
they
Wii,
get dirty fast.
Yeah, with the Wii, like I kind of have.
They get dirty too fast.
White. Like,
especially with the Switch, since it's portable, that thing will get dirty too fast.
Yeah, and plus, I don't know. Plus, I'm on this kick of having like black and throw a lot of other colors on top.
Yeah. And then, like, when the Wii U came out, I was so happy they had a black version because I was over it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why do you think Nintendo refuses to get analog triggers? Because they don't make a lot of shooters and racing games.
Yeah.
Probably. It probably keeps the cost down on the controller, too. Who knows?
Probably.
Okay,
Crash
this
and
is
Smash
from
for the back.
Muhammad Alavi. He said, considering we already know about Fire Emblem, Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon, Bayonetta 3, Smash, and Yoshi, do you think Nintendo will reveal any new projects at E3 beyond ports, or do you think that they'll just go in depth with what we already know? That's a good question.
Oh, that's already a lot of games. So I think they would probably just go more in depth into those games.
I don't know. I think they might have some new stuff to show because, like, we've already talked. Like, they've pretty much blown their load. I'm not gonna say
they might have some. Who knows? They might have some new projects we don't know.
But we still know Pikmin's basically done. Like that game's gonna come out at some point. Animal Crossing 2.
Unless Pikmin was that Pikmin 3DS game.
He wouldn't have called that Pikmin 4 though.
Yeah.
Did they ever really say Pikmin 4 though?
Miyamoto did.
I need Pikmin 4. I don't care what they didn't say. They better get my.
Yeah, they needed Pikmin.
I want my damn Pikmin. But,
they have no choice but to keep bringing new stuff.
I feel like they're gonna have something new that we don't know about that they're keeping a tight lip on.
I'm hoping Star Fox comes back at some point.
Maybe 2 new projects, maybe like one really new topic, new IP, and then one that's like a project that we've been wanting for like quite some time, and they're bringing back. Hopefully we get a Star Fox. I would like to see a proper.
I want a proper Star Fox.
Oh man, Dragon Darkness is trying to bring some drama to the squad. Dragon Darkness says, who will win in a game of Smash or Street Fighter or King of Fighters between Alex, Coupon, Nia, Nick, and Real?
Oh my god,
I would win.
Stop.
I'm the best gamer out of the group.
I don't play any of those games hard body. So
what games was it?
Smash, Street Fighter, and King of Fighters.
Real might win in Street Fighter because that's the only video game he plays, but I would beat everybody in Smash.
I'll put it like this. King of Fighters, I would win hands down because that's damn. Smash, I know that Alex wins. Street Fighter will probably be Real, and that's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't win any of them because I don't play fighting.
I'll be damned if I let somebody beat me in some King of Fighters. Screw that.
Oh man! Anybody see a question that they think is interesting and want to give?
Let's see.
Where are the foodies in the critical suicide mode when Nintendo does Activision's Crash and Sane trilogy for the Switch?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. All you PlayStation dudes out there who are crying about Crash on the Switch,
it's not that serious.
We have much better platformers, and we ain't checking for Crash.
I know, we don't even care about Crash.
We don't care. I'll put it like this.
Few who are hyped about it, but like it's a select few.
It's a very, very niche crowd that really excited.
We have
the rest
of
us
Mario.
We have Mario.
Yoshi. We have Kirby. They're all better than Donkey Kong. All of those are better than Crash Bandicoot.
And they always have been, even when Crash was new. I don't know. I played Crash when I was little, and I never liked Crash.
I was never that big on Crash, so it's like when they brought it back, I was like, "Who's asking?"
Like, who's checking for Crash? Honestly.
I don't know. I was a Spyro kid. As far as
I thought y'all was gung-ho.
Yeah, like if Spyro was coming over, I'd be more excited about that. Like
as far as platformers on PlayStation, I never liked Crash. Like I was.
He's the worst one. Like Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, Spyro, Sly Cooper.
All of them are better.
Yeah,
they're way better. Crash is the bottom of the barrel as far as platformers.
Like if they were gonna bring something back that I wanted to be excited about, they should have brought back freaking Jak and Daxter.
Yeah.
Or freaking
Daxter.
Jak and Daxter.
Sly Cooper's getting a movie, but we don't have a new game.
Right,
like Cooper is better than Crash.
It was
way better.
Way
better. So ain't nobody checking for no Crash.
Ain't nobody care about Crash.
I'm gonna say this. I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, that they have a petition to remove Smash.
Yeah, that's true. There's a petition to remove Smash.
There's a petition to remove Crash
from
the Switch. Okay,
there
you have it.
It said something wild like, "We need to help Sony not be besmirched by Nintendo and Activision by putting a Sony mascot on a Nintendo platform."
Y'all can have it, I promise.
Okay, but we have a Sega mascot on the Nintendo.
I know.
Y'all
like,
can have
stop.
It. You can have
it back.
Wild,
we don't want it. It's like whatever.
Like I haven't seen any like Nintendo centric person even be excited for Crash.
Not me either. Not really. There's mostly.
I haven't I follow a lot of people on Twitter that like Nintendo. I haven't really seen any of them be all that excited.
Like the big time Nintendo kind of fanboys. I've just heard them like, oh, okay, well, Crash.
And it's like, whatever. But we have Mario Odyssey, so who cares?
Yeah.
Like what? Who cares?
It's coming here. It's coming to the Switch to die, essentially. So.
Yeah.
Because like if you look at it in terms of cars. Like Mario Odyssey is like a Ferrari, and then Crash Bandicoot's like a Ford Pinto or something, man. Like it's just trash.
It's a jalopy. It is what it is.
It is.
It is what it is. It's like it's a Buster dollar store version of Mario.
Yeah, not even.
It is what it is.
Some people say Nintendo would never release Smash near Red Dead 2. Do you think Nintendo?
I don't think they give a shit about Red Dead.
Nintendo don't care about it.
Nintendo can drop Smash whenever the hell they want. They don't care. Because
They
people
don't
are gonna
care.
buy
Smash
Smash.
Brothers is
Period.
one of- is
That's
one
how
of
it
the
holds.
few- Yes.
Smash is one of those
Smash
few
Brothers is
games
one of
that
the
can
few
hold its
titles
own
that can
against
hold its own
any
against
juggernaut.
something.
It
Yeah.
don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Smash
Oh,
don't
man.
care.
Smash doesn't care.
Because I know my homie Crunk Girl was like, I bet you Nintendo's gonna duck Red Dead. Nintendo ain't checking for no Red Dead when it comes out of Smash.
Why would they even care? Because it's not on the Switch.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Wait, what?
the Red Dead's not coming to the Switch.
Yeah, it's
so
not
why would
coming to the
Nintendo
Switch, so
even
it wouldn't
care?
matter.
Exactly.
matter.
They might even release it the exact same day.
Now, I could understand if Smash was coming to all platforms or whatever. Maybe there might be an issue, but
Then
honestly,
Nintendo might do it
still-
out of respect.
out of
just
respect,
so Red
because
Dead doesn't get
Red Dead
bodied.
ain't nobody gonna be buying Red Dead like they'd be
that's what
buying
they did
Smash
with
if it was
Doom
on
and
every
Skyrim
console.
and all of that.
Yeah, because they let Skyrim have its own time. They let Doom
Right.
have its. They basically gave them a whole month.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a choice between Red Dead and Smash, what would you pick?
Smash.
Some people would pick Red Dead, some people Smash. It just depends on who you are. Some people
Yeah.
might get them both, but either
Yeah.
way, Smash ain't gonna die because of no Red Dead. It ain't gonna
Yeah.
get Red Dead ain't gonna do nothing.
Ain't gonna do nothing. It wouldn't even affect them.
It's not gonna affect Smash whatsoever.
I feel like if anything, people would just get both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now if you drop some Titanfall during some Red Dead, you might have a problem.
Yeah,
Might have a problem.
You drop Titanfall during Red Dead, Red Dead, then you'll get like 2 copies sold.
Right? Like, yeah.
Alright, let's see. if there's
Any other questions, or are we good?
Here. Some of these
Oh,
questions we have answered on podcasts before.
yeah, through the podcast. That's the ones I'm kind of.
Or we have answered throughout the podcast. Like, somebody asked us about what we would want to see.
Will Sonic be in the next Smash? I'm pretty sure he will.
I hope they kick Sonic out of Smash.
Give me Shadow if you're gonna put Sonic
Yeah, Shadow's
Hedgehog
cooler.
in there. I'm tired of looking at Sonic. Give me Shadow,
Sonic
damn it.
sucks.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know if any of these other questions are. Some of these questions are stuff that we've answered before.
What Nintendo IP do you want Nintendo to revive or create? Oh, answer that.
Revive or create.
Like, no, well, what would you like to see at E?
They need more action adventure, but we've touched on that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want a game like Uncharted.
I told y'all they need to bring back Star Tropics and let that be their Uncharted.
All right.
Eh.
Like now that Zelda is going the way of like Skyrim and Witcher, they need something that's gonna feel old Skyrim, old Zelda.
We need a linear action adventure game.
Yeah, like they need something like whether that's Kid Icarus or whether it's Star Tropics.
I think I'd rather have it be Kid Icarus.
Yeah, I want them to bring Kid Icarus back. Eternal Darkness could even go their route if they decide that they want to make a new one of those. I don't know, but they do need more action adventure because I feel like that's the wave right now.
Yeah,
They
that's
already-
definitely popular.
Yeah, they already have their shooter. Like nobody's gonna be leaving Splatoon anytime soon. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's gonna be the end of our show. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us this show. It was a great show. Thank you guys so much for asking us questions in the Discord. Sorry we can't always answer every single question because sometimes like that's like a whole podcast in itself. So we're gonna go ahead and do our outros and get up out of here. So Alex, go ahead and give your outro. Let the people know where they can find you.
Alright, what's going on, everyone? ActiveSyn here. This was a good podcast, episode 65 of Team Red Talks Nintendo. A lot of good Nintendo news this week, and we had a really good Direct, and it's just a good time to own a Switch, and a bad time to own an Xbox. But you can follow me on Twitter at ActiveSyn Gaming. You can see it on the stream here.
This gonna be good.
And make sure to join our Discord.
I love that.
The link is in the description below. It's very toxic, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh man, and expect Real Gamer to shoot you with
He's
gun
gonna shoot you with
emojis.
those little, guns.
Even
Yeah, you
though
might see this angry dude threaten you
he
with
doing
gun
with the
violence,
thing?
but just ignore him.
Yeah.
Real said, I will pay you $100 to kick Alex off the show.
I'll pay you 101 not to.
Oh, well, that's a better deal. $1 extra. I could go get,
Yep.
I don't know, cheeseburger.
Yep. Give me that extra dollar too.
You can go buy a microtransaction.
Oh, man. Alright, Coupon,
Dang.
go ahead and give your outro. Let the people know where they can find you.
Alright, well, you can find me on and Twitch and Twitter and Mixer at Coupon. This is just Coupon. And then Facebook and YouTube, Coupon Strives. And we struggling out here. Be expected to see a little baby struggles to, you know, turn off my stream or do whatever it is she does because she hate me. It is what it is. So.
Stream, but I know you don't want to. You don't want to put the baby on the internet.
Nah, she's not. She's downstairs eating, so she'll be fine.
All right. Well, you guys already know who I am. It's your girl Nia, the video game her. You can find me on Twitter, Mixer, and YouTube, because you're already here at the video gamer. You can find me on Twitch at Nia Loves Nancy, which I think I'm actually gonna change it to the video gamer since everything else is the same. Y'all don't watch me over there no way, so whatever.
Right.
Make sure you guys thumbs up this podcast so it can show up in everybody's feed, so they can come through and watch one of the best Nintendo podcasts on this here website. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Make sure you guys go to mixer.com/activesingaming, because that's where he's gonna be from now on, well, for the next couple of months until YouTube restores his channel rights back. And yeah, so we will see you guys next Wednesday for another Team Red. So peace out. We'll see you soon.
Bang bang, Switch gang.